Hello everyone. In our previous lecture, we had an overlook over the types of farming and the types of crops we practice in India. In this chapter, we will talk about two major revolutions which were introduced in the field of Indian infrastructure of agriculture. Okay. And second, we will look upon the various challenges facing up by the Indian farmers. Okay. So let's start. First is Green Revolution. Remember one thing, we got independence in 1947, as we all know, okay? But because of British policies, India was in mid of primary to secondary sector. Remember, I am talking you with the 1947 point of view. Got it? So in this scenario, we were in transition zone from primary to secondary sector because of the British policy. And what was happening with us, this secondary sector was not so developed on this time. Whereas our primary sector, where nearly about 70 to 80% of our workforce was involved, we had almost no production, or you can say no effective production. So here you can see that if we had, just suppose we had 100% of workforce, out of this 70 to 80% of the workforce were involved in the primary sector, and in this sector we didn't have any effective production. Okay, whereas the Britishers who were ruling us before the 1947 or till the 1947, they were investing in the secondary sector, but only for the British companies. Only for the British companies. Okay, so when they withdrawn from India, the British companies also got withdrawn, and we were in the middle phase. Okay, so after getting the independence, the Indian government had to deal with this thing which we were facing. Okay, and the first thing was they started to import food grains. Okay, because the food is the basic source. Food is the basic source for the functioning of the nation. Because when people have their food, they will do their work. Without food, no work. Got it? So the Indian government started to import the food grains. And these food grains were mainly coming from the Western nations. Got it? So from the West, we were importing the food grains in India. Got it? And this whole scenario was started from 1947 and continued to nearly about 1966. It started from 1947 to 1966. Okay. Then suddenly something happened. Why? We discontinued, or we lowered, not discontinued exactly, we lowered the import of food grains from the 1966 onwards. So what happened on that time? That's a main question. What happened at that time? So there was something happening in the world on that time, and that was the year of 1955. In the year of 1955 till 1975, there was a war known as Vietnam War. Basically, the Vietnam War started from the 1955 and continued till 1975. Okay, it was between the USA, United States of America, and Vietnam. Okay, so this war was started between them, and the US government wanted us to support them in this war. Okay, and did not criticize the US action in the Vietnam during this war, but the Indian government denied. The Indian government denied, and as a result, USA stopped imports of food to India. Okay, so USA stopped import of food to India because Indian government was not on the side of the US government on that time. Got it? So they stopped at food supply, and the program was named as PL 480. PL 480. It was a US program on that time. Okay, under which they stopped our food supply. So what happened during the year of 1966 to 1967 for the first time. Second time in the year of 1977 onwards to 1980s. What happened? We introduced a term of Green Revolution. Okay, Green Revolution, which were used to increase production of food grains in India. Okay, so it was organized in first wave 1966 to 1967, mainly concentrated on Punjab region. Okay, and second time from 1977 to 1980s, and comprised mainly on central part, entire western part, and southern part. Got it? And the question is, who is named as the father of the Green Revolution? So basically, the father of Green Revolutions are William Gott and Norman Borlaug. Okay, so they are the father of Green Revolution. But in India, Green Revolution was introduced by M.S. Swaminathan. M.S. Swaminathan was the father of Green Revolution in India. And the father of Green Revolution basically were William Gott and the Norman Borlaug. Got it? Now come to the next point. It involves the adoption of high yielding varieties. They are the seed varieties basically. Suppose if a normal seed, can give you 1 unit, the high yielding variety seeds, HYV in short, can give you almost 5 units. Just make sure it's just an example. It's not the exact number. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, kindly note that. Okay, and also increase the use of fertilizers and pesticides, and also better irrigation practices. Or you can say there was a package program, complete package program under this, and this package program involves use of high variety seeds, thereafter use of irrigation, thereafter use of fertilizers and pesticides, then you can say soil checkups, and thereafter storage and market facilities. Got it? So basically, what happened with us during the 1955 to 1975? We introduced a green revolution with two waves. First wave 1966 to 1967, and second wave around 1977 to 1980s. Okay, we launched the green revolution. And why it was called green revolution? Because it was concentrated with the food production. So that's why we called it as a green revolution. Okay, and what was the great impact of the green revolution? First impact was farmer income got raised. Second impact was production got raised. Third impact was, rather than importing, we started export. Okay, so these are some of the important facts which we know about the green revolution. Got it? Now come to the next point. It is our white revolution. White revolution, basically in this picture you can see there is a bottle of milk. Okay, so the white revolution is basically related with the milk production. Basically, India has world's largest cattle population. World's largest cattle population. Okay, and during the 1970s, there was a man named Dr. Verghese Kurian, or you can say Dr. Verghese Kurian. He was the person behind the white revolution. During the 1970s, he started Operation Flood to increase milk production. Basically, he saw that we had the largest cattle population in the world. Okay, and even after, we had to import various milk products. So, Mr. Verghese Kurian had a vision to utilize his largest cattle population in an effective way. So, we could export the milk production. We wouldn't have to import the milk products, but we could export the milk products. Okay, so Dr. Verghese Kurian is also known as the father of white revolution. Father of white revolution. Got it? But there was one challenge in front of him, and it was one of the most challenging tasks which he need to do in order to achieve the objectives of the white revolution. And what was that? Because mostly people in India who has their domain in milk production. Basically, they were on the small scale. Second, mostly they domesticated a buffalo. Got it? So if you ever visited the nearby dairy of your home, of your nearby place, then you must know that they had only a small scale domain, only 5 to 6 cattle, max to max. So the first task was to commercialize them. And the second task was processed buffalo milk. Okay. While you obtain the milk from the cattle, there were so many impurities. Which can be removed by pasteurization method. Okay, means boiling of milk. Like you have seen that if your mother or someone of your home bring the milk to the home, they always boil the milk first. Okay, so that they could kill the impurities and the bacteria, and this process known as the pasteurization. Got it? And the milk which you can see here is a processed milk, means its impurities have been removed. So the first thing, he had to commercialize the small scale businesses. Second, he has to process the buffalo's milk on that time. Okay, and there was a general perception that buffalo milk couldn't processed. Okay, so Mr. Varghese did two things. First thing was he promoted. So he had seen that there was a brand called Amul. I hope you may have seen the Amul before, named as Anand Milk Union Limited. Okay, and priorly it was known as Heda District Cooperative Milk Producers Union Limited. Okay, so it was a prior name of the Amul, Khera District Cooperative Milk Producer Unions Limited. Okay, so Varghese had seen the Amul as an alternative for enlarging the small scale industries or small scale businesses of the individuals. He had got an idea that rather than make individuals to spend more money in the milk producing, he could reach the state governments and ask them to establish a cooperative milk union. Cooperative milk union, where people of the state could come and sell their milk, and then that union will sell the milk in the market, and the money earned will be distributed as per share of individuals. Okay, so this was his idea, that the state should make a milk union where people of the state could come and sell their milk to the union. Thereafter, the union will process the milk and sell it to the market, and the money earned will be distributed as per the share of the milk done by each and every individual. Okay, so that's how he deal with this issue of enlarging small scale businesses of an individual. Second, he developed technology to process the buffalo's milk, and that's how he deal with the second issue. Okay, second point, you must remember that due to Operation Flood or due to the White Revolution, the India has become now the world's largest milk producer. Okay, so India is the world's largest milk producer in this term. Second thing is that largest milk producing state, largest milk producing state is Rajasthan, and the lowest milk producing state now is Kerala. Okay, so remember these points. Now come to second point. The program focused on the development of dairy cooperatives and the adoption of modern milk processing practices. Okay, so now let's have a name of some major dairy brands of the state, like the Uttar Pradesh first, then Haryana, then Himachal, then Rajasthan, thereafter Gujarat, then Chhattisgarh, then Punjab, then Madhya Pradesh, then Delhi, and the last is our Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu Kashmir. So Uttar Pradesh state brand is Parag. Haryana state brand is Vita. Himachal state brand is Him. Rajasthan state brand is Saras. Gujarat state brand is Amul. Chhattisgarh state brand is Sanchi is Devbhog. Punjab state brand is Varkha. Madhya Pradesh state brand is Sanchi. Delhi state brand is Mother Dairy. And Jammu Kashmir state brand is Snowcap. So these are some of the major state brands. Like Uttar Pradesh stands for Prag. Uttar Pradesh for Prag, Haryana for Vita, Himachal Pradesh for Him, Rajasthan for Saras, Gujarat for Amul, Chhattisgarh for Devbhog, Punjab for Varkha, Madhya Pradesh for Sanchi, Delhi for Mother Dairy, Jammu and Kashmir for Snowcap. Okay, so here we have finished the White Revolution. Now come to the challenges in Indian agriculture. In Indian agriculture, which is our main sector, holding nearly 17 to 80% contribution in GDP directly, and more than 50% of workforce involvement. Okay, so here are some challenges in our Indian agriculture. First is small and fragmented land holdings. It means that the farmers have small land holdings, making it difficult to adopt modern technologies and practices. Okay, suppose if a farmer like him may have 100 acres of land, then he could produce 1000 units. Okay, so he will earn more, his income will be more. But if this 100 acre of land divided into 10 farmers, 10 farmers, then they all could produce only 10 units and their income will be low. So it is the first drawback. Like the small land holdings the farmers have, due to this they could produce only a small amount of units and will earn a low income. Second is a fragmented land holdings. If some of you ever visited your village, then you must notice that the family does not have a land in the series. Like if a farmer claims that he has 5 farmlands, then the farmlands were not in a series. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If they are in a series, then he could install irrigation facilities here and then he could use it on all where. Also, he could cultivate and harvest easily on these farmlands. Okay, but basically what happens generally, if he has 1 unit here, then he would have 2nd unit here, 3rd unit here, 4th unit here and 5th unit here. Okay, due to this he could not install one single irrigation facility, so he has to invest more to employ irrigation facilities at each and every farm area. Second thing, he could not monitor or harvest all the ongoing agriculture activities on these farm areas all together. Okay, so he had to visit it first, then this and this. Due to this, the increasement in the production is hindered and the farmers had to face challenges while managing the land holdings. Got it? Now, come to our next problem. Dependency on monsoons. We know that Indian monsoon had a great impact on agriculture because in India, we do not have a good amount of irrigation facilities. So if the rain is good, the production is good. If the rain is bad, the production would be bad. Lack of infrastructure. As I have told you, there are no good facilities of storage so that the crops could sustain more. There is no good facilities for transportation. So from the farms to the market, the goods could be easily sent, and due to this, it is high. The cost of transportation is higher because there are no good transportation facilities to send the crops from the farmlands to the market, and thereafter limited market access. Okay, the farmers do not get a good amount of access to the market. Due to this, they receive a low value of their production. Thereafter, rural indebtedness. Basically what happened, the Britishers monetized the rural economy. Okay, but they were not interested in investing the rural economy. Due to this, the farmers had to face a financial distress because to produce a good amount of crops, they had to take a loan. But due to dependency on monsoon, due to lack of infrastructure, due to limited market access, they do not get a good returns. So suppose you could say you had taken a loan of 100 rupees, but you earn only 50 rupees. Okay, you could not even succeed to recover your cost, but you have to pay 100 rupees. So you have to take another loan of 50 rupees, and that's how the cycle will continue, and your loan would be increase. And this is an example of rural indebtedness. Okay, so here we have finished about the challenges of the rural economy. We have finished about the green and the white revolution. In our next lecture, we will have a discussion over some important government initiatives and government schemes which are very important from the examination point of view. Till then, thank you.